Welcome to Victory Garden Live. I am Melissa Bauco. We are here for season 4. Can you believe it? I decided that we would start off episode 1 by talking about a garden plant that we all know doesn't really get a lot of love or attention. We're going to talk about rhododendrons. We all know what they are. We recognize them when we see them, but we probably really don't know a lot about them. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We can take a better look. Okay, and I have to kind of disclose we are having the ongoing woes of trying to match the gimbal with the giant phone. So I am going to go gimbal-less today. I apologize if it's a little shaky, but you know what? I'm just going to go slowly and we will do our best. So you can see this is a beautiful rhododendron. I found for some reason it seems like they're all doing really well this season. There must be something about the weather we've had, the temperatures we've had. Everybody's rhododendrons are looking gorgeous. You all probably can guess that they are a genus of small shrubs and trees. Most of them have clusters of flowers that bloom throughout the spring. Excuse the traffic. Most of them have clusters of flowers that bloom throughout the spring and leaves that grow in a spiral pattern. And what they mean by that, if you kind of look at this, you can see that here's a leaf bud and the flower bud, and the leaves go around in a circle from that. And here's the cluster of flowers. You don't see just one individual flower at a time. You see a whole cluster like that. And these are this gorgeous pinky purple color. Rhododendrons are kind of organized in lots of different ways. One of the main ways is whether they have scaly or non-scaly underneath of their leaves. That's one way they're broken down. There are actually over 1,000 species of rhododendron. Most are a moderate size. You know, these are actually pretty large for what we normally see in our area. But believe it or not, the largest variety can grow to be 100 feet tall, which is pretty tall when you think about 100 feet. That's, you know, actual normal tree size to us. Most species are native to Eastern Asia and the Himalayan region. Some species are native to other parts of Asia, North America, Europe, and Australia. And we all know azaleas as well. Azaleas are actually a type of rhododendron. When they were first documented by botanists, they were considered their own separate plant. But then they were recategorized to show that they're actually part of the rhododendron family. We're going to come over here, take a peek at this white one. We usually see the purple ones or pinky purple. This one you can see they kind of start off a little bit purplish when the flowers are in buds, and then they come out to these beautiful white flowers with purple in the middle. The name rhododendron comes from 2 ancient Greek words meaning rose and tree. So you can see how it would be a tree of flowers like this. Rhododendrons are widely used in landscaping. I think we're all familiar with them here in the Northeast. They've been popular for years because they're very, very hardy, and because of their size, they make good foundation anchoring plants to plant smaller flowering things in front of them. Some varieties are evergreen, which is also helpful in the garden. The rhododendron is actually the national flower of Nepal, and it's the state flower of Washington and West Virginia in the United States. Some species of rhododendron and azalea are very toxic, so you'll want to watch out for that. But interesting tidbit that I learned, there are actually reports of ancient Greek and Roman soldiers suffering from hallucinations or even dying from eating what they call mad honey left behind by enemy troops. And similar cases were reported in the 1980s in Turkey. Apparently, mad honey is made by limiting bees to these azalea or rhododendron plants, and it's known to have possibly medicinal, but also mind-altering and potentially lethal effects. So I don't know about you, I had never heard of this until researching for this episode, but there are lots of interesting articles and videos online, so if you have a little bit of time and you feel like going down that rabbit hole of browsing, you can find some very interesting videos and articles. And what we would probably think of as more acceptable culinary uses. In Nepal, the flower is considered edible, and it's enjoyed for its sour taste. People also enjoy the flower pickled, and they use it in fish curries because they believe it softens the bones. They also use the juice. It's made from the flowers. It doesn't really make a juice, but they kind of press the flowers in some way to make a juice from it, and they use that in recipes. In one region of northern India, people also use the juice for cooking. And the flower is also an important part of local culture. It's used in garlands and decorations at weddings and religious festivals, and in crafts and jewelry. So, oh, and there's a bee enjoying rhododendron there. I don't think we're getting any mad honey, no worries. Apparently what it said online is that those are species that grow mainly in Turkey and in that area of the world, which is why the Roman troops were a little surprised. You know, they were taken by surprise because they didn't realize that was even a thing. So I just wanted to take some time to appreciate this gorgeous rhododendron. And you know, they really don't get a lot of love because we just take them for granted, right? We see them everywhere. Again, they're kind of a staple in our landscaping, but we don't really take the time sometimes to appreciate just how beautiful they are. So I'm going to turn around again. So again, thank you. Thank you for spending time with me today, learning about this plant that we kind of take for granted. And I hope you'll join me for the next episode. I'm going to finish this up. Hope you'll join me next time.